Today I want to talk a little bit about a cricket. Those little annoying animals that make that squeaking noise at night, how it's applicable to a flat roof, where it applies on a pitched roof, what the code says, and why you even need one. All right, Chicago, welcome back to another edition of our YouTube channel. Whether you're a homeowner looking to diagnose a leak or a contractor looking for the best materials, you've come to the right spot. Here at Anchor Point Roofing YouTube, we're all about Chicago flat roof repairs and steep slope roof repairs in the city of Chicago. Today I want to talk a little bit about a cricket. Those little annoying animals that make that squeaking noise at night, how it's applicable to a flat roof, where it applies on a pitched roof, what the code says, and why you even need one. So let's jump into the cricket video here for steep slopes. I love the picture, by the way. Thank you, AI and ChatGPT. Crickets for steep slopes. When, where, and why you need one. So a cricket is a small built-up ridge installed on the high side of a chimney or roof penetration on a pitched roof to divert water around it. A little bit of a mouthful there. It prevents water from pooling behind a chimney and helps stop leaks in that area. So that's a little confusing, but once I show you the pictures, you're gonna see exactly what we're talking about. So this is a roof. I think we did this one last year. Obviously the back of a chimney from the back side, you can see the tar around it. You can see actually there's snow and water sitting there right now. So what you want to do is you want to prevent this from happening. What we're going to do is build what's called a cricket here, just a tiny little roof to shed water properly from this. You can see this is all rusted. Someone had put metal around it. It's holding water. It's obviously not a good spot on the roof, and it's something you don't see from the ground. You don't usually know you need a cricket until the roof starts leaking in that area. So here's one of the roofs. Here's where the guys have started framing the cricket. You can see it's going to be a small built-up roof on the back. Here's what it looks like when it's finished. Check it out. We've put counter flashing around it. We've put hip and ridge, and this obviously just helps shed the water off and away from the chimney. If you can imagine it all just sitting there all winter or a heavy rain. So when is it required? What does code say about it? 30 inches or larger, you must have a cricket. So if you take your tape measure, you're up on the roof inspecting, boom, your chimney width is larger than 30 inches. Code dictates that you need a cricket there. This is straight from the City of Chicago website. I'm not going to go into it all, but this little spot, provide a cricket or saddle on the ridge side of a chimney or penetration more than 30 inches wide of sheet metal or the same material as the roof covering. Now, quickly, we see this missing a lot. I would guess that maybe 20 to 30% of the steep slope roofs or pitched roofs that we get on in Chicago are missing this. If it's 30 inches or larger, it should have it. A lot of people just don't follow code. We like to. Sometimes people are like, well, why is your proposal a little higher? Make sure if you need a cricket that it's on there. We compete with a lot of other guys and the crickets just aren't part of it. So the City of Chicago, provide a cricket, also called the saddle, on the ridge side of any chimney or penetration wider than 30 inches. The cricket will be constructed from sheet metal or built using the same material as the existing roof covering to properly prevent pooling behind that penetration. So here's another one. If it's 30 inches or wider, you have to have one. And we will put this on a separate line item. We'll show a picture of your chimney or whatever penetration that needs that cricket, and we'll show you where it needs to be installed with a separate line item for pricing. Again, people are like, well, why is yours $600 than the other guy? Have they priced for a cricket? Have they thought about the cricket? And that's why we put on a separate line item so you're aware. I know our scopes do get really nerdy. I use that word a lot, but we put a lot of details because we want you to understand every single component of it. One more picture of a cricket here. This one is absolutely beautiful, but this is not our work. This is the one I pulled off a line. I thought it was cool having copper. The only thing that makes me hesitate is it's such beautiful work. This copper is going to be here forever, but nobody sees it. From the ground, I don't think it can be seen unless you're outside of a window, but either way, this is a beautiful cricket, probably a $5,000 cricket with all that copper, so looks really nice. Here's just a schematic of it being drawn up. Again, you know, it goes right up against the chimney. This is what we call a 412 here, pitch. and that's 34 inches wide. So kind of what it ends up looking like. We see so many where the cricket is just not there. How much does a cricket cost? So it really depends, like most everything else in roofing, from $400 to $1,500 depending on the size. The copper one might have, like I said, might have been a $5,000 install. Gonna be nice up there where no one can see it. And then again, did your other quotes include a cricket? We have a lot of homeowners ask us, okay, why is yours higher? Why is this? And then we're like, okay, redact the name of the company and redact the pricing, and let's compare quotes. Let us compare quotes. And 9 times out of 10, because there wasn't a cricket there before, it isn't quoted on the other roofers. Here at Anchor Point, we just focus on the code and we focus on the way that it needs to be done in the proper way. We don't want to skip steps just so our proposal is $500 or $1,000 cheaper. I'm quite sure out of all the jobs that we bid or put proposals out there for, we've probably lost some jobs, maybe just because we were more expensive. I'm sure we have. But you want to make sure every component is in there, and quite frankly, it can be difficult. That's why we have a lot of homeowners send us the quote, we go through and compare it and say we're having this, they have this, etc. You can redact the price and redact the company name. Anyway, I'm kind of getting off subject. Crickets are critical to keeping your roof leak free. Let's get it done right. Make sure if it's on the quote you need one. We see lots of roofs without them. So almost every roof we go on already has shingles. We really don't do new construction. And if we're finding 2 or 3 out of 10 that need it, it means the roofer before didn't do it right. So let's just follow the code. $400 to $1,500 is not that much when you think about it long-term on your roof for a leak-free roof, and it's something that we want to do when it's required by code. That's it for my crickets today, Chicago. Thank you for watching. Whether you're a homeowner looking to diagnose a roof leak or a contractor looking for the best materials, you've come to the right place. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.